What's up, YouTube? In today's video, I'm going to talk about how to use a personal item so that you can potentially save hundreds on your trips. And I want you to watch to the end because I'm going to give you a bonus tip. Let's hop right in. Tip number one is going to be to pay attention to the airline rules. Each airline, whether it's domestic or international, is going to be different. I've flown over 40 countries, so I have experienced a lot of airlines and their baggage rules. Let's also define what exactly a personal item is. A personal item is small, okay? It's not a suitcase. It's typically the size of a bowling bag, a laptop bag, a purse. I've seen some people will use the children's size luggage because the dimensions are typically around 18, 14, 8. All right. That's 18 inches by 14 inches by 8 inches, depending on the airline. In my previous goodbye video to Spirit, I really like them because I would just use a backpack. I wish I had some examples to show you. I don't have one around. Well, I guess I could. Let me show you this. And you could, put it in the sizer. This is something I'm thinking about too for T-Mobile video. But yeah, you see the size of this? This was a T-Mobile freebie for their T-Mobile Tuesdays. All right. So that is an example. These are examples of what qualify as a personal item. Whatever you are using, you have to make sure that it fits underneath the seat that is in front of you. Okay, these typically are not going to be going in the overhead storage. Those are reserved for passengers who paid to have the carry-on item, like a suitcase. So I really liked how Spirit, I know some people say that they got caught at the gate, but I don't know if their item really qualified as personal item. The airlines, they do have sizers. Ryanair, that is international, if you're flying through Europe, their dimensions, I believe, are even smaller. So you really have to pay attention to what those dimensions are. And then you can purchase the bag that, you see fit to pack. And the next tip is that you're going to need to be able to read the fine print. These airlines can be very sneaky, my friends, and they will list all of the rules and regulations, but it's in such tiny fonts, you really aren't paying attention to that, especially, for you to be getting those 40, 50. I always talk about when I flew to Jordan, it was from Rome, Fiumicino. I mean, that was like 50 euros all the way to the Middle East so that I could see Petra World Wonder. And yes, it was with a personal item. It was with Wizz Air. I read the fine print and I successfully flew there. They did not charge me. I did see them get someone at the gate though, and that person was not happy. I mean, can you imagine? You are going from continent to continent and you're denied. I mean, if that happens, what you should do is pay up. I mean, the goal is to get to Jordan, the country, right? But that's when you start seeing those viral TikToks because people are hot. I'm trying to help you so that it doesn't happen. Okay? Read the fine print. This is where travelers get caught. The strictest rules are in tiny text at checkout. You better zoom in. Now, I know that this has changed. I have not flown in some time. Some ULCCs, they are going to measure and weigh the personal item. I like Spirit because I don't remember them ever weighing it. I loved it because I would have my bag packed. I would bypass the check-in counter. I would just go straight to security, go through. I mean, I just love the ease of traveling light like that. That's going to be another point. And I mean, it's simple, but it does depend on the gate agent. They kind of size up passengers. Like I've watched them do this, y'all. This could be a potential series because I feel like each of these points could have its own video. So overhead bins, like I said, it has to completely fit entirely underneath the seat in front of you. It can't be under your legs. It can't be to the side between you and the window. Like the flight attendants, they check each row. So you guys know that you have to be following this. The last major point is going to be to pack light. Join team carry-on. Do you really need all that stuff? I don't think so. What you need to do, right before your trip, whenever you decide that it's time to pack, go ahead, get your personal item, put everything that you believe is necessary for it, look at that personal item, and take half of it out. You don't need all that stuff, y'all. I know I am minimalist as far as packing, but seasoned travelers, they will say it all the time. Take out half of what's in your suitcase, but you want to bring double the money. And I mean, I've done this for slow travel. I told you I did it to Jordan. I did it to Thailand when I was living in China. I just had a backpack. It does work more easily when you're flying to warm countries where, it's going to be humid and hot. When it's cold, that's when you want to layer up. You want to have the sweaters, the jackets. I promise you. All right. So that is what I would use. If it's a purse, I don't know. That's kind of small. I know some people who will just travel with the personal item. They do even have little suitcases that will fit into the sizers. And you can look online, you can look on TikTok. There's a lot of people who have got caught at the gate because of this, but there's others who were successful. I've been caught at the gate as well and have had to pay. Listen, I'm going through all these steps so you all can have the best current information, so this does not happen to you. But most flights, I was successful, and it was because of these tips. I knew the airline rules. I studied the dimensions. I packed light, of course. I was not checking in bags. I'm team carry-on. And I read the fine print. All of these are going to ensure that you're able to save money, and then you can spend when you get to your destination. Use that money for that. Why not beat the airlines at their own game? And this leads into the loophole. This is the bonus tip. I learned this a long time ago, and today it still works. I do not believe that it is legal for airlines to charge you if you have a duty-free bag. It could even be a bag from the newsstand if you're not, at one of the major airports. What I like to do, I will go in, especially at MCO, Orlando Airport, because you have the Disney stores. Their bags are huge because passengers are going to buy things on their way out. It's their last Disney moment. And so I'll just waltz into Disney. I'll be like, hey, can I have a bag? Some people advise you to buy something small if you're at the newsstand, like a pack of gum, which really is expensive. Their stuff is not cheap. Like, what is the cheapest item at the newsstand? Can somebody tell me? So you could buy a gum, water. I don't buy water because I have a vapor portable water bottle, but you get the idea. Or some small type of snack, and then they're going to give you the bag. It depends on the newsstand. Some of these bags are going to be super small, which is why I like flying with Orlando. They have, what are some other airports where they have y'all know what I'm talking about. It's the bag. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have purchased gifts in it. You could use that for your bag of toiletries. You would wear your jacket. And if your jacket has pockets, you could stuff things in there. There's so many little tips I've seen, and I have tried wearing the additional clothes, double in the pants, having a sweater with a jacket. I've seen some people pose as if they were pregnant. I've tried it. It just gets very hot when you have all those layers on. So yeah, the duty-free bags, that's going to be the tip. You want to buy something cheap like gum or chips. Wearing clothes, that can get hot and ridiculous, but hey, it works. I do believe that these airlines are catching on, y'all, so I would proceed with caution. This is for seasoned travelers here so that you can save as much as you can. So a quick recap, you want to make sure that you are paying attention to the airline rules. You want to read the fine print. Definitely join Team Carry-On. If you're not ready to only travel with a personal item, you don't have to do that. But I do want you to just try only using a carry-on item and not checking in a bag. And let me know, how you like it. And then lastly would be the airline loopholes. Try using a duty-free bag or a bag from the newsstand. You could try doubling up on the clothes. Just be sure. I put up a snapshot of the remaining ULCCs that we have in the US. I believe they are Frontier, Allegiant, Breeze. Am I missing any, y'all? Y'all let me know. And each of those are going to have their individual rules. So those are my tips. This is my 99th video. I appreciate y'all for being here. Thank you for watching. Be sure to share this with a friend who likes to save money on trips. Leave a comment below, like the video, and definitely subscribe for more budget travel tips like this. It's the 100th video coming up. All right, bye.